Hello and welcome back to Shutterdrives. It's raining EVs in India, and of course Mercedes-Benz, the biggest luxury car maker in the country, did not want to be left back in the compact luxury EV segment, and that's why we have the Mercedes-Benz EQA. The icing on the cake is going to be this particular location here near Kishangarh in Rajasthan, which makes it a perfect choice for this particular car in this white backdrop. Starting off, the biggest differentiator here is going to be the closed grille of this EQA, and you can see this massive logo which is housed right there in the middle. Of course, you have the front camera which is going to be super duper helpful, and the camera of this car is fantastic, bang on 10 on 10, no second thought there at all. And you have this nice LED light here which kind of connects both the LED headlamps together, making it look very gorgeous, especially in this particular shade here. And then moving slightly downwards, you have this nice parking sensors, and there is chrome finish near the front fender of this particular car. So what's interesting is you have this special aero alloys here which help in enhancing the aerodynamics of the car so that the drag is as minimum as possible, which in turn helps in the range, which is very crucial in an EV. You have this 19-inch tires which is kind of embossed on them, and overall the design looks super duper nice and striking. So again, this hydraulic struts here. So this car produces 190 PS and 385 Newton meters of torque. It's only when you drive this car behind the steering wheel you realize how potent it is, especially in the dynamic mode. We'll get there shortly. And apart from that, the 0 to 100 is just in 8.6 seconds, making it super duper fast. And you get a lovely 360-degree camera on this ORVM here. So the EQA gets a proper 70.5 kilowatt-hour battery under its belly. And of course, the reason why the battery is there below its belly is because of the center of gravity. The heavier battery maintains a better center of gravity, so that the handling of the car is nicer, especially on the curves. And 10 to 80% of the battery can be juiced up in just 35 minutes using a 100 kilowatt fast charger. Moving to the side of the car, the first thing that you realize is, yes, this has a smaller footprint compared to its elder siblings like say the EQB and other SUVs and the other Mercedes-Benz lineup. You have this nice shoulder line here, this chrome strip running across the entire car's right bandwidth here, and then you have this nice ORVMs with turn indicators, no second thought there. Overall, the design is nice, pretty decent. Moving to the rear of the car, the first thing that you realize is you have this carotid tail lamp, which is kind of the trend in the town right now. You have this super Mercedes logo which also doubles up as a fabulous boot release like this. Abhi boot ki zarurat nahi hai, we're shutting it down, we'll get to that later. And you have this chrome strip so that the paint does not get spoiled when you're actually unloading or offloading luggage from this particular car. You have the rear wiper here with a nice diamond stir here, and then of course you have a very nicely integrated rear view camera. You cannot see that because the camera is actually hidden, just like the typical Mercedes sophistication there. The moment I turn this car or probably slot this car into reverse gear, you can see that the rear camera nicely pops out. Speaking of the boot space, the best part is the Mercedes-Benz logo doubles up as a boot button here. You're greeted by this nice little boot, not extremely huge or something, but you can easily stuff in 2 cabin bags and a small bag like this. And then you have this cargo net, and of course our rear passage is going to be helpful if you want to keep something which has to be easily accessed from the rear seat of the car. Someone at Mercedes-Benz decided that, hey, why don't we crush this plastic bottle and make seats out of it instead of throwing it in garbage. And that's why you have these seats which are completely made of recycled plastic bottle, which is so damn thoughtful. And not just that, once you step inside, you'll be greeted by this turbine-like AC vents here, and they're actually finished in rose gold, and they give a very nice premium appeal to the car. It's not as premium as its elder siblings, like of course the EQS and all that, but overall it's very nice. Especially the steering wheel is flat bottom and it looks super duper sporty. You have this nice 2 12.3-inch screens here which make it look like a one big proper display, and left side is completely for multimedia controls, the phone controls and other things, and right side is purely focused on the speedometer, the odometer, and of course the tachometer and everything else. The highlight of this car has to be the AR camera. For example, if you're going and there's a turn here, there's a turn next after like say 20 meters, kabhi-kabhi kya ho jata hai ki you not know which turn to take, you get confused, and that's why this AR camera will tell you that this is the particular turn. It will project the turn from the camera's feed, put it here and tell you to take the turn here, which is like freaking awesome. So if you're here at the traffic light and if you're say somebody too tall, you cannot see ki matlab dikh nahi raha hai, red signal hai, green signal hai, yellow signal hai, then this camera will project the traffic light from there and show it to you here, which is again super duper nice. Lot of premium touches here on the dash. And then you have the climate controls. Thankfully Mercedes-Benz has left some physical buttons for future generation as well. Again, couple of cup holders here, wireless charging pad, you can change the driving modes, 360-degree camera ka direct access button here, and again storage space in the center armrest here. Overall pretty nice, but I feel it's slightly congested. Moving to the rear of the car, first thing that you realize is the thigh support is really poor. I mean, it's negligible, you can see that. the underthigh support is not there, especially for taller people. It's going to be very, very difficult. Apart from that, you have this center armrest, flip cup holders, very nice, fancy there. And again, you have this nice AC vents, thoughtful by Mercedes to have very similar shapes as the front AC vents. And then you have a couple of charging options here in the form of Type-C chargers, 2 Type-C chargers there. Scooped out front seat pockets for that extra little legroom there. Overall, it's a nice space. Of course, you have this sunroof, dual pane sunroof. Matlab, there are 2 different sunroofs here. And overall, it's a nice place, but I really feel that this car could have deserved better underthigh support at the rear. So first thing is, the moment you slot this car into the sport mode, you have comfort, eco, sport and individual. The entire driving dynamics of this car differ completely. The car literally sprints to glory like crazy. Matlab, you have to drive it to believe it. This is the horn. Once you press the throttle, you instantly get the kickback on the seat because this car can sprint to 100 in just 8.6 seconds as mentioned earlier. Talking about the ride quality, the ride quality is pretty decent. Generally EVs do not have a very plush, soft ride quality. They're slightly firmer, and the same legacy has been continued here. It's firm just like some of the Mercedes-Benz cars. Talking about the handling, that's exactly where it excels. Take it on sharp curves, bends when we're coming on the flyovers. After the flyovers, there was a steep left, and the car was just doing fantastic there. Absolutely no second thoughts, no matter what. And it's exactly in those cars that you're going to love pushing this car completely. Overall, I feel that this could be a very, very solid proposition in case you are in the market looking out for a luxury small SUV, or rather a proper luxury EV. But that said, there is only one big concern in this car, that is the rear underthigh support. And of course, considering that this is an entry-level car, you'll have to be cautious about the limited space inside it. On the flip side, on the positive side, you have some really good stuff. For example, the car is loaded with tech to the brim, something that the competition does not offer right now in terms of the tech levels. And also the car is really, really nice to drive in terms of the handling dynamics. I really loved it when we were pushing it to the corners, around the corners, everything. So that's it guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and see you soon in another video.